right, good Monday morning, everyone. It is the day after the Super Bowl, and welcome to KSAT News Now. A lot going on this morning.
A lot going on. Of course, we're going to talk Super Bowl, but we also have Sarah Spivey with us for weather. And Valentine's Day is fast approaching.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is going to
Please tell
tomorrow.
me you got something for your wife.
Hey, you know what? I'm getting there.
I'm sorry,
I'm good. I'm good. We are good to go for Valentine's Day. But yeah, you know, as I was saying earlier throughout the morning, it's like I had to recalibrate my brain now to be like, okay, football, NFL football is over. XFL still coming our ways. But now I got to think about Valentine's Day. And maybe
get
just,
it together, RJ. Get it together. Time is ticking. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope everyone out there had a lot of good food, a lot of fun, a lot of family, and football. You were hanging out, I saw, at your mother-in-law's, right?
My mother-in-law throws a huge party. Doesn't matter who's playing, even though we're Cowboy fans. We go all out. Yeah. I was chasing around a 6-year-old, a 1-year-old, so I was hitting like little spots, but I did see some commercials. I did see the halftime show. I saw some big plays. It was a great game, though. Yeah,
absolutely, and let's talk about that just a little bit here. The Kansas City Chiefs, they have beaten the Philadelphia Eagles. This game was in Glendale, Arizona, and this was really a back-and-forth game. Loved it from the start. Explosive first half from the Eagles. It looked like they had control of the game going into the half, but that was not the case.
No, the Chiefs rallying behind NFL MVP Patrick Mahomes to take the lead and win the game with the field goal with only a few seconds left in the game. Even if you're not a fan of either of these teams, this is what you want out of a Super Bowl game. Just an amazing game. Both quarterbacks playing at the highest level.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was really impressed. I mean, Jalen Hurts, it's only his second season starting a full season for the Eagles, and he played great. But you know what? Don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. That dude just
And I thought he got hurt at one point.
He was playing with
and then he came back, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Some game-winning plays there to wrap things up for KC. So Sarah Spivey, big Kansas City Chiefs fan. She's very excited.
And if you see Max Massey, make sure you give him a hug.
Well, Max already had to wear a Kansas City Chiefs jersey.
Give him a hug.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, but speaking of Super Bowl, we're going to talk about a little bit more about Rihanna and the commercials coming up just a little bit here on KSAT News Now. Moving on to other news here, and really kind of a sad news here to start our headlines. Today marks 1 week since a devastating earthquake hit Turkey and Syria.
Yeah, sadly, the death toll now rising above 36,000. And now authorities are targeting the contractors who built the buildings that collapsed. Dozens of arrest warrants have been issued for contractors and other workers. At least 2 property developers have been arrested at airports accused of trying to flee the country.
Absolutely, and you see the video that we're showing right now, and it is just tough to watch. I was reading something earlier saying that the time now from when this earthquake happened to today, that time is running out really fast now for a lot of these recovery efforts to find people alive under the rubble there. So it's been a search and rescue situation so far, but that may change here pretty soon.
Yeah, and a lot being done here in San Antonio as well. We're continuing to follow local efforts to help people in Turkey.
That's right. Yeah, we've been reporting on this for the past week or so. This, of course, helping people out in Turkey and Syria after that deadly earthquake. So the Raindrop Foundation sent donations through the Turkish embassy in Houston yesterday, and they're continuing to collect things like baby formula, heating elements, and monetary donations to help survivors of that quake to rebuild their lives after, in the years after this tragedy.
Yeah, so Ferhat Öztürk says he hopes that what they send will show the people of Syria and Turkey they're not alone. And you could still help. The website for the Raindrop Foundation is raindropsanantonio.org. You can, like we said, give monetary donations. You can give whatever you can to help so many thousands and thousands of people that were affected by this. And it's something we're going to continue to cover through the days as those relief efforts continue.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, if you go to our website and you see this story there, Mr. Öztürk there, he talked about how he helped people back home in Turkey recover after an earthquake there back in 1999, and that it's taken them obviously years and years to rebuild their buildings, and you just see the amount of damage there that's been left behind. So any little bit of help is definitely needed and appreciated there.
That's right. And another sad news, an investigation is underway right now after a 4-year-old is found dead over the weekend. Here's what police know so far.
Yeah, around 9 o'clock yesterday morning, fire crews were called out to a mobile home on Shepherd Road in southwest Bexar County. According to Bexar County officials, one person was trapped inside the fully engulfed home due to the intensity of the flames.
Fire crews struggled to get the fire under control. Once the fire was controlled, the 4-year-old child was found dead inside. The identity of that child has not yet been released. 2 other people who live in the home were taken to the hospital for severe burns.
A firefighter and 3 deputies were also injured in that blaze. Just some very sad news, and I'm sure that as the investigation continues here, no official cause there, but they may release that child's name.
And I believe we are looking into it more today, into this death investigation, and possibly, hopefully, talking to family members of this family that were affected. So I know it's something we're continuing to cover today.
Yeah, very sad news there. Okay, so we talked about the NFL season being over, as officially wrapped up, Super Bowl 57, but that doesn't mean that the football season is completely done.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Happening this weekend, the XFL will kick off their new season, and you can be a part of it. That's right, you can.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so we're inviting 29 members of our KSAT Insiders to join us at the San Antonio Brahma season opener against the St. Louis Battlehawks. So this is a really, really cool event that we're putting on here, getting ready for what's going to be the new XFL coming up here. So members will get 2 field level tickets to the game, along with food and drink vouchers. Cannot go wrong with that.
No, there will also be photo opportunities after the game. I think you can go up to the field and take pictures. You can enter by heading to KSAT.com and filling out the sweepstake entry form. Winners for the sweepstake will be announced this Thursday afternoon. The game kicks off at 2 Sunday afternoon at the Alamo Dome. I think it's also going to be on ABC or ESPN, and you may get a sighting of the man himself, The Rock.
Cool, that would be awesome.
Okay, nice little teaser. Yes, it's going to be live on KSAT 12 at 2 o'clock.
That is my mission this XFL season. Everybody knows I am one of the hugest Rock fans since I was like 13.
True.
I'm going to find him.
You mention it to me every single day.
I'm going to find him. And I'm going, and RJ, if you see him and you don't tell me,
well,
there's going to be some problems. You sit next to me. Just throwing that out there right now.
We'll see about.
I'm going to meet The Rock this season. I'm just letting you know.
She is determined.
I'm determined, Sarah.
Very determined.
I'm making it happen.
Yeah,
so send me all the good vibes.
Speaking of making it happen, Sarah Spivey, you had this bet with Max Massey.
I did.
Our in-house Philadelphia Eagles super fan.
I did. On our
and you made him pay for it.
Facebook page, you can see there he is.
In all his glory.
Wearing my youth's extra large Kelsey jersey.
Yes.
Looks good on him. All right.
Hey, he was a good sport about it.
He was a great sport about it.
I will say that the colors red and white look good on Max.
They do.
They look
and
great.
here's the thing. I wore the Eagles green today in solidarity with Max.
It wasn't to just troll him. Yeah.
No. It's not a troll move. Not at all. Okay, so I do want to talk about the weather. That is why I'm here. Let's talk a little bit about the fact that it's fairly cloudy out there right now. Temperatures are near 60 degrees. We're going to have peaks of sunshine through this cloud cover throughout the day today. And as you can see you can see that here on the satellite imagery. We're seeing some peaks of sunshine through that cloud cover, and temperatures are starting to get into the 60s. As we look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we'll be in the 60s this afternoon. Winds are going to pick up too. Winds will be from the southeast at about 15 miles per hour. We could see some gusts up to about 20 miles per hour at times. 70 degrees for the high temperature, around 4. And then tonight's going to be pretty mild. Notice too that rain chances start to pick up later tonight. That's because we have a trough of low pressure out to our west. Now this is going to unfortunately move too far to the north of San Antonio to produce healthy rains, but we will be getting some drizzle tonight. Most of the healthier rains are going to be up near Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, and the Panhandle. But I'll show you the future cast around San Antonio. This is midnight. Again, some drizzle out there amounting to maybe a couple hundredths of an inch of rain. That's it, unfortunately, for us. A front is going to move through, but this front is really just going to make things windy tonight and tomorrow. In fact, we can see wind gusts of up to 35 miles per hour around San Antonio, but even higher up in the hill country, up to about 40 miles per hour during the day tomorrow. So the winds are going to be the big story for us, the thing that's going to impact you the most. These winds are going to be gusting from the west, so if you're traveling north-south, you're going to want to be careful of those those high-profile vehicles. Those will be able to move with the wind a little bit. And as we look ahead, temperatures are also going to be a big story this week. We'll be up to 80 degrees by Wednesday, but then with another front moving through, feels a lot more like winter. By the end of the week, we'll have highs only in the 50s and even a light freeze on Friday morning. By the way, RJ and Erica, our average light freeze in San Antonio is the end of February. So we do occasionally see a freeze this late in the season. And last year, we had a freeze in March. So it's still possible to see a light freeze into March as well.
Yeah, roller coaster weather week.
And I could say that mountain cedar season is over.
Oh.
Well, yep, mountain cedar is not in the pollen count.
Woo!
Get ready for that oak. Get ready for that oak.
Oh, I'm good with oak. Bye, cedar.
Oh, you can see now. You can go outside. Right?
Now I can go
Once
outside and
again,
enjoy the weather.
life once again.
Can get out of my bubble.
I know, exactly. All right, thank you very much, Sarah Spivey. And congrats again to the Chiefs bringing home the Super Bowl title there. And of course, we cannot forget about the Super Bowl commercials.
No.
Everything from movie trailers to soda, Pepsi had some interesting commercials, and some other big companies.
This is one I liked right here, was the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez Dunkin' Donut ones, because I didn't expect her to pop up in it. It was a good twist at the end.
Yeah, and I guess they had shot a lot of that other stuff right prior to. I guess he was pretending to be behind the cash register and getting a lot of
actual
people's,
customers,
yeah, so I really, really liked that whole part of this commercial. Definitely one of my favorites. Another one I really liked was this Bradley Cooper one, hanging out with his mom.
This
it was
was
like a
hilarious.
behind the scenes look. Yeah.
She just trolls him the entire time. He's like, but I've won nominated all these times. And she's like, but you never won.
Yeah.
So that was great. One of my personal ones that we don't really have video is called the the farmer's dog.
Yes.
It's
Oh
a
my
food.
God.
It's a dog food one, and I was like, I guess as I'm getting older, I'm getting more sappy, but tears, because I have a senior dog who had, Biggie's 11, and I was just like, this is really sad. It hit.
Well, speaking of that, our Chihuahua Chloe, she's going to turn 15 this week.
Chloe.
In 5 days. So,
It hits,
I saw that commercial with you, and I was just like, oh my God, it's like Marley and me. What is that?
But we also want to talk about the halftime show. Rihanna, she played all the biggest hits.
Your thoughts on this?
She played all the biggest hits, and I was like, oh, right, I like that song, and I was still expecting some big surprise. There really wasn't. Was a little underwhelmed.
Right.
But then when I found out she was pregnant, I got it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what?
Absolutely.
Props to you, girl.
Yeah, her just being sort of suspended on that platform
Which were really cool
was really
effects.
something pretty cool.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out how that was done because the stadium was open, but it looked like they were platforms that were hanging from some sort of wires or something like that. So a really interesting way that they were able to do that. Rihanna making a return after 7 years, and of course she just played all the hits.
It was, I'm
and she
music
just
we've
did
all
it.
known,
She was just by herself, didn't have any extra musical guest. She did say leading up to it that she was going to have a special guest, and then people realized that, she was talking about her baby bump.
Well, there you go. I would say though, despite it all, and I love the music and I love her, and I would probably go see her in concert if she came to concert, but it was not one of my favorite halftime shows.
Yeah, we were talking about a couple of years ago, the J-Lo, speaking of J-Lo and Shakira, one in Miami. That one was like a workout.
Bruno Mars has always been my favorite one.
That one was really good
and then Beyonce, when him and Beyonce were together as well, that was, you could see them perform together all the time. That could be a halftime show every year.
There we go. Yeah, a lot of good stuff there. Haley, did you like the Rihanna halftime performance? Oh, she
loved it. She was like, I like the dancing too. It was great. I was like, that's a workout. They need to just package that up, and that could be our next aerobic workout.
Yeah, her dancers were definitely taking care of business there. But a successful Super Bowl there, and again, the Kansas City Chiefs winning Super Bowl 57 over the Philadelphia Eagles. Sorry about that. Again, Max Mass.
Well, coming up at noon, we are taking a look at some road work happening this week that could be impacting your morning and evening commute, so you're going to want to pay attention to that.
Absolutely. And we also are talking about former President Donald Trump. What is he doing to look into voter fraud for the 2020 election? And also the Spurs. Oh my God, those Spurs.
It's gonna be a rough
they're
rodeo
continuing their road trip. They lost 12 straight games. Come on now. Can we get a dub, Spurs? Please.
I don't even know who's playing anymore. They've gotten rid of so many people. Added so many people. I'm like, wait, who's on this team now?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Roster
So
sheet.
they're looking to break their losing streak, but real quick here, I want to say shout out to Mario Barrios for winning his boxing match right here at the Alamo Dome on Saturday. El Azteca's back. He gets it done there at the Dome in front of the home
Big
crowd.
win. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you as always for having me, RJ.
Yeah,
Being
good
a
times
part.
here. Super Bowl Monday.
Yeah, Super Bowl Monday. It was good to talk Super Bowl with you.
Absolutely. We'll see you back here at KSAT News Now. 11.